Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm kind of going through some of my extra stuff here, so I notice I do have a small collection of figures, so I'm going to start hitting some of the figures, trying to clean things up before the holiday season starts coming around. And that is kind of in part why I do have so many, because I found a bunch on sale here and there. So we're going to start off with Dr. Aphra. So I don't really know much about this character myself, so looking it up here on Wikipedia, so I'll try and read this and get Dr. Aphra out of the box. And it is a nice box here, some wonderful cover art, some side art. The only issues I'm going to say is this is from when Hasbro was doing everything inside of a box, so you don't really get to see the actual figure. We have a picture of the figure. Of course, that's going to make, they're going to make sure that they have the best looking figure out of the bunch, and here we are. So, on our little write-up here, Dr. Aphra, unexpectable rogue archaeologist, Dr. Shelley Lona Aphra is one of the galaxy's most daring treasure hunters. Despite questionable morals and equally bad judgment, her luck hasn't run out yet. Archaeology. Oh, no, that's all different languages here. So, she's an archaeologist. Apparently, she had been contracted by Darth Vader. Trying to figure out exactly how I get this figure out of here without tearing up the entire box. So, I think I need my handy dandy knife so I can cut some of this tape. So, from what I'm seeing here, so let's see. Dun, da, da, da. If I can get things to work out, and suddenly now my phone doesn't want to move. All right, well, Aphra, along with her assassin droid companions, 000 and BT-1, or BT, fulfill several missions for the Sith Lord of Darth Vader before falling out of his favor, and after faking her own death, continue to roam the galaxy with the two droids. Aphra went by the alias Joystick Chevron, first when introducing herself to recurring adversary and occasional romantic partner, Magna Tovin, and later during her time serving with Acrester Penel Legion. So, like I said, my phone is acting goofy here. Trying to reload things up. Alright, now it seems like it's working. Alright, so I think it's maybe Wikipedia, because Wikipedia loves to have tons of ads here, and it just kind of gets hard to... Okay, so she was born in the year 24 BBY, so before the Battle of Yavin, to Corran and Lona Aphra, her father and mother, respectively. The Aphras retained a house. If I can figure out how to get this out of here. So we have a box here, and she's all nicely cocooned, and there's just a little bit of a lip here to make it stick. Let's get that in the background here. I will say one thing about trying to get figures out of the boxes, they are a little easier. I will say that. And for doing videos, we don't have as many crunches, which I'm sure saves your ears. Let's see here. So that must be her blaster. Okay. Let's see. They retained her house in the University Quarter on the second moon of Theric. I'm probably murdering that one. Let's see. A peaceful world free from strife that had broken out across the galaxy during the Separatist crisis and the Clone Wars. So, let's see the figure herself. Okay, So it is a nice looking figure, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get it. It looks like a nice figure. If I can get her to stand. You know, I did buy some stands here, and I got those off at Amazon. So I think I got like 100 stands, and of course I don't know where I put them. Trying to clean things up in the basement here, trying to get things sorted out so that way I have room, and it's the holidays, so or getting close to the holidays, so I know that the wife is going to want me to get some things moved around here. So that's one of the reasons why I'm trying to do all this, because I got to get things straightened up and done. So, you know, let's try and okay. I got an Action Force one here. This should all be the same size foot peg. I mean, she has the same, she's got a double knee joint, so this is kind of rubbery, and it is split a little bit here. I don't think it's going to come off. I don't think I'm even going to try and get that off, but if we get vehicles, small vehicles, we would be able to definitely get her to sit. She's got her standard angle here. Can kind of move it a little bit. There we are. Just all nice and stiff, which is kind of a good thing in a lot of regards. It's just trying to get initially everything to work out here. All right, now we get her standing. That's step one here. Okay, and of course, looking at her, she looks like she's got just the single elbow here. She has some nice like extra ammo rounds. She's got her helmet, which does come off. Okay, so young Shelley, known affectionately as Little Boop, to her mother and father, often observed the latter's work. As a dedicated scholar, she absorbed information as he spoke about subjects such as the extinct Marassi species and their Marassi peace crystals. Corin was specialized in researching the ancient Ordu Especu, I think that's pronounced roughly correctly, a nearly forgotten splinter group of the Jedi Order that appeared with little trace millennia before Shelley's birth. Shelley, I think it's Shelley. Shelley's birth during the Republic era. After the Great Jedi Purge, Corin began neglecting his family to focus on his work, believing it would make the galaxy safer for his daughter by restoring the light that had died with the Jedi. The Jedi were a group of spiritual followers of the Force who had served as the primary peacekeepers of the Republic for thousands of generations. While the Jedi were dedicated to light, they had counterparts in the dark side of the Force called the Sith. The existence of the Sith were doubted by the time Shelley was born. Let's see. Kind of hard to do two things. Okay, but the Sith Lord Darth Sidious was secretly responsible for the galactic strife. The Sith's long-last artifacts were said to be deadly and destructive, but Shelley found her father's stories of them much more interesting than those of the Jedi. It seemed to Shelley that Corin only paid attention to her when she pretended to be interested in his Jedi research. Okay, so looks like she does have a little bit more basic. Oh goodness, I want to see, it's a DL-44 blaster. Much similar to Han, except it's not as modified or possibly even upgraded. So fits nicely into the holster here, and of course I'd love to get a holster like this for doing Halloween. That would be wonderful. I gotta try and find something like that. Alright, so this could come off too if you really wanted to, although I think I'll probably leave that all on, and I'll probably put her helmet back on here shortly. So yeah, she's running around the galaxy at this point now, trying to evade Lord Vader. I'm sure that that's kind of how she runs into Luke Skywalker and the group, because Luke Skywalker does later on try to grab hold of some of the Sith teachings and trainings, really in the aspect of, if you know thy enemy, you can better defend against them. So he, the real Luke Skywalker that we get out of the extended universe, not the Disney universe, but the extended universe, a much different character, has gone through a whole heck of a lot more, still is optimistic, although it is very well seasoned, and you do see that in the writings of the later authors, where Luke has very much, he's been married, he's got a son, Ben, he's lost his wife, Mara Jade, he's seen the strife of war all over again with the Yuzhong Wang. When we really leave that whole storyline, the Empire and the New Republic have really come to terms with each other, and they both control different parts of the galaxy in a mutual friendship. There is a little bickering back and forth and maybe a couple squabbles here and there, but for the most part, they're willing to understand there's differences in ideology. The Empire is a lot more structured, more rules and all that, where the New Republic has a little less structure, a lot more gray area, a little bit more of the Wild West, but, freedom isn't easy. And I guess I really take that to heart in our own world today. We want freedom, but we have to understand with freedom does come the price of a little insecurity at times. It does come with the fact that sometimes others have the rights to do things that really just make your blood boil. And we don't like it, but they have that freedom to do it. So, with that, I'll jump off my high horse here. It is a wonderful character, a very nice looking character, I will say that. Again, in some regards, I really do wish that her cloak here was more of a fabric than the plastic, but, trying to get a certain look where it contours in a certain way, I do get it, but whenever we do try and get these figures into vehicles or whatever, it does become harder to do. So, all right, with that, thanks so very much for joining me today. It's wonderful having you stop by. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.